Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption by Stephen King. The novel was first published in 1982 and later it was included in the 2009 collection Stephen King Goes to the Movies. The story was adapted to film in 1994 by Frank Darabont. The film, The Shawshank Redemption, was nominated for 7 Academy Awards in 1994, including for the Best Picture. The main roles were played by Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman, and in 2009, the story was adapted for the stage as The Shawshank Redemption. The theme of the story is perseverance in the face of misfortune, and the main characters are Andy Dufresne, a banker wrongly convicted of murdering his wife and her lover, facing life in prison at Shawshank State Penitentiary. Ellis Boyd Redding, known as Red, a long-term inmate at Shawshank, the narrator of the story, and a key figure in the prison known for his ability to get anything smuggled in for a price. Samuel Norton, the corrupt warden of Shawshank, exploiting inmates for personal gain. Byron Hadley, a brutal and cruel prison guard who terrorizes the inmates. Tommy Williams, a fellow inmate who provides Andy with crucial evidence of his innocence. Brooks Hatlin, an older inmate who struggles to adjust after being released, representing the challenges of freedom. Linda Dufresne, Andy's wife, whose murder and the murder of her lover, along with Andy's conviction, form the core of the story. The story takes place in Maine and is told from the perspective of Shawshank State Penitentiary prisoner Ellis Redding, known as Red, a 57-year-old Irish American. In 1938, Red staged a car accident, having previously insured his wife for a large amount. But a neighbor and a child also got into his wife's car. As a result, Red was sentenced to 3 life sentences for the murders. Red is known for his ability to smuggle in almost any contraband via his connections. In 1948, he is approached by former bank vice president Andy Dufresne, a prisoner who arrived at Shawshank a year ago. Dufresne was sentenced to life imprisonment for the murder of his wife and her lover, despite his claims of innocence. He asks Red to get him a rock hammer, explaining that he is collecting minerals. A year later, Andy requests a large poster of Rita Hayworth. He gets into several fights with a gang of prison rapists led by Boggs Diamond, which ends after Boggs is severely injured by the guards. Red suggests that Andy bribed the guards into doing so. One day, Andy overhears guard Byron Hadley complaining about the tax imposed on an inheritance he had recently received and offers help in resolving this issue. Hadley accepts the offer and treats all the prisoners to beer in gratitude. Over the years, Andy provides financial advice to the prison administration and assists with tax returns and loans. He is transferred to the prison library, in which he launders money for the prison administration. He also seeks funding from the Maine Senate to expand the library, which he hopes will better prepare prisoners for life after release. Andy meets Tommy Williams, who tells him that his cellmate from another prison bragged about committing the murders that Andy was convicted of. Andy attempts to use Tommy's testimony to get his case reconsidered, but the warden Samuel Norton does not grant him freedom, as Andy knows too much about the administration's money laundering scheme and is too valuable as an accountant to release. Hoping to break Andy's spirit, Norton places him in solitary confinement for 20 days and transfers Tommy to another prison. While in confinement, Andy refuses to continue accounting but complies when Norton threatens to worsen his living conditions and destroy the library. In October 1967, Andy tells Red about Peter Stevens, a pseudonym under which Andy had sold off his assets and invested the proceeds. He says that one day Peter Stevens will own a seaside resort hotel in Mexico. On the morning of March 12, 1975, after 28 years in prison, Andy disappears from his locked cell. Norton discovers that the poster pasted to Andy's cell wall covers a man-sized hole, and Andy had used his rock hammer to slowly dig a tunnel through the wall. Norton resigns 3 months after Andy's escape, and 6 months later, Red receives a blank postcard from McNary, which is in Texas, a town near the Mexican border, and understands that Andy has crossed the border there. In March 1977, Red is paroled but has difficulty adjusting to life outside of prison. He finds a letter addressed to him from Peter Stevens containing £1,000 and inviting him to join Andy in Mexico. Red decides to break his parole and join Andy, and here ends the story. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.